crap, look at this animation. Oh, you see these sound, it's like a freaking demon. Holy shit, you just sound all over. If I can turn into a chainsaw, I can turn into a chainsaw. This guy can't be kissing me. What the freaking man? What the hell is gonna happen? How his hands can turn into rocket launchers? Why there's so many baseballs? What was this on baseball? What is happening? You just went to the kids. Oh, hell no. Holy crap, look at this animation. Why couldn't you do this in the World Cup?
ってね、Do it yourself ですよね。
Oh, do it yourself. Her name is yourself. Like do it yourself. I love anime. 2022 was quite a wild year. We came dangerously close to a third world war. Inflation has skyrocketed, making many necessities incredibly expensive. Shinzo Abe was assassinated by a dude rocking a gun straight out of Rust. And Komi finally spoke.
大丈夫ですか?
Okay, we're getting there. 2022 was quite a year to be an anime fan, however, with many new hard-hitting series coming out along with a slew of new sequels. It's hard to say that there wasn't a little something for everyone. And today I'm going to go over some of the more notable anime to come out this year. If there's an anime I missed that you think should have been in here, let me know in the comments. That way I can check it out in the future. Starting off the year, we had Ufotable come out with an absolute bang with the newest season of Demon Slayer. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard fan of the Demon Slayer series. I watched the first season when it first came out and really enjoyed it, but oh man, if Tengen told me to jump off a cliff, I'm already doing it. Tengen, best boy of the year. It's hard to put into words the excitement I felt watching this season of Demon Slayer because it feels almost impossible to. The pure hype that I and many others felt while watching this newest season of Demon Slayer was unmatched. From the crazy fights to the insane choreography to the animation, oh my. Ufotable always goes so hard on the animation for Demon Slayer, I almost sometimes forget how much of a generic shonen story it is. But I digress, because 2022 Season 4 Part 2, make up your minds, of Attack on Titan flattened and crushed all my doubts I may still have had about the series up until this point. As a fan that's been watching since middle school, when I still was playing the trivia game on my school's computer, it's hard to say how much the series means to me. And to see this season tie even more loose ends and answer even more of my burning questions, all while accompanied with some of the coolest fights we've seen so far. I'm talking about the Flock fight, Face King Flock, absolute Chad. I would go jump off a cliff if you told me to as well. But in all seriousness, Attack on Titan has changed so much over these past few years, it almost doesn't feel like I'm watching the same series anymore. In a good way, with how the plot has progressed thus far and with how I'm now stuck wondering who is truly the villain anymore, I seriously can't wait to see the ending of this masterpiece of a series. In Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 3 Deluxe Edition Game of the Year 64 HD Remaster. Please just stick with Season 1, 2, 3 from now on.
Makima-sanも胸揉んでみて.
Oh, you just like me for real, for real. Chainsaw Man was easily, no contest, the most hyped up anime I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't have been remiss to think that the second coming was happening with how much people were already praising the anime before it had even come out. And to be fair, as a manga reader myself, I totally played into the hype a bit as well. And now that the first season of the anime is concluded, I can confidently say that it sort of lived up to the hype. To be fair, I don't think it could ever live up to the astronomical expectations so many put on it. But the adaptation so far has been a damn treat to watch. With some amazing fight scenes, some incredibly delicate animation work, and some of my favorite EDs of the year, I'd say that Chainsaw Man lived up to the hype for me. We'll work on that CGI a bit later, eh, Mappa? Anyways, onto another anime that doesn't use any CGI at all. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean was surprisingly one of the underdogs of the year. It feels weird to say that a series like JoJo would be considered an underdog, but with how Netflix handled the promotion and distribution of the show, it almost feels like an understatement. I went more in depth into my feelings about how Part 6 was handled in a recent video, and how disappointing it was to see an already semi-disliked part be thrown into obscurity even more. But regardless of my feelings toward Netflix, the adaptation itself was a wonderful watch. The crazy stand battles, characters, and abilities all culminated into a finale damn well worth watching, especially with the last episode feeling like a celebration of the Jojo series as a whole. So, as I imagine there's still plenty of you out there that forgot about Part 6's existence, I urge you to go watch the newest season now! Or watch it actually after you're done watching this video. Since we were on the topic of Netflix, I would be a fool not to mention what is probably my anime of the year, CyberPunk Edgerunners. As someone that didn't initially play the original game on account of... I wasn't sure what to expect from Edgerunners. However, what I got was an amazing self-contained short story, chock full of amazing characters, animation, and absolutely brilliant world building. I didn't get to appreciate it at the time, but the decision to take songs from the original game to create the anime's OST was an amazing one that only helped further enhance the story. And without delving too much into spoiler territory, I don't believe I'm alone in thinking some episodes, such as 6 and 10, were among some of the best anime to come out this year. The story and its characters got a chokehold on me, so much so that I even went and finally bought the game.
I couldn't wait for you to come clear the cupboard. But now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign.
I am now never playing Cyberpunk again.
Try asking Chinese people about Chinese. Years ago, I was Chinese.
I'm scared.
Me? Well,
You're still mad.
me? Well,
You're really scary.
me? Well,
What a wonderfully enriching game! Shenmue was, and still surprisingly is, an over 20-year-old video game series about a Japanese teenager named Ryo Hazuki and his journey to avenge his father after he was killed by a mysterious Chinese man going by the name Lan Di. While I never played these games myself, the reputation that these games left behind is, regardless, I was intrigued when I saw that an anime was being created of this game, and figured I'd watch it since it was airing on Toonami. And while I couldn't get the full scope of the references being made to the game, I honestly still quite enjoyed the anime quite a bit. From the dumb, campy dialogue to the classic tale of revenge, all wrapped up with Chinese and Japanese history and mythology. Even as someone that didn't play the games, I had a great time watching the anime. Even Ryo's monotone, weird-as-hell way of talking made it into the anime. At just a short 13 episodes, I think that the Shenmue anime is worth watching, especially if you happen to have any sort of affinity for the games.
なんだよこれ。気持ちいい。
Nowadays, soccer is hip.
Have you ever watched Squid Games and thought to yourself, this could definitely use a lot more football? No? Well, Blue Lock answers that non-existent question with what is most definitely my favorite sports anime to come out this year. A large group of teenagers battle out in football, to see who is the best of the best. And unlike Squid Games, instead of literally killing you, your dreams of ever being able to play on the Japan team are crushed if you lose instead. All this, by the way, is done with the hopes of creating the world's strongest team, so that one day, Japan may take home the World Cup. I think the thing about Blue Lock I enjoyed so much is that it's just such a different tone than virtually any other sports anime you'll ever see in your life.
With the power of teamwork and perseverance, we'll win this game, guys! Hell yeah! We won the national games! Ha! I couldn't have done it without my team. You know what? No. My family.
Get the hell out of my way, you loser. This is my goal. I'm the best. I literally crush you at all of your dreams and feel good about it. I literally hate every single one.
Now, while this is a sports anime, and you can be pretty confident that the main team will make it through to the end, it still doesn't take away from the pure, undistilled hype that I felt every time a goal was scored. And having this anime air while the actual World Cup was airing just made the show even more hype than it already was. I mean, the second goal with Japan versus Spain was just straight up something out of Blue Lock. It was even crazier seeing Japan actually make it all the way to the end of the tournament, and even win the entire thing. Huh? Yeah, what's that? Japan lost in the penalty kicks? Okay, to be fair, I guess there really never was a penalty kicks arc. Guess that's gotta be up next.
父すごい見つけてくる
I've only had Anya for a day and a half, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. Spy X Family was an anime that I read the manga for before it aired, so now I can confidently say, Yeah, I always knew it was good. I told you so. But in all seriousness, Spy X Family surprisingly popped off even bigger than I thought it would. A comedy series about a spy, assassin, and a telepath all living together did come up with some amazingly funny scenarios. And as mentioned in a previous video of mine, that warm, fuzzy feeling I got while watching the makeshift family start to slowly bond with one another and become a real family was super endearing and heartwarming. I genuinely think this anime has had to have some sort of effect on the Japanese population, and we'll soon see a spike in births. All of this is what Abe would have wanted. Rest in power, King. Call of the Night is an anime about a 14-year-old boy and a 30-plus-year-old vampire trying to get together. Call of the Night is about a 14-year-old boy and a 30-plus-year-old vampire. FBI, open up! What is with all the anime about older women grooming teenage boys this year? What the hell? You ever wish those moody jazz, lo-fi, hip-hop live streams had their own anime? Well, here you go. I hadn't read the manga for Call of the Night before watching the anime, so I wasn't sure what to expect. But I got an anime that was absolutely oozing with style and flair. From the absolutely bopping opening to the just as equally fun ED, there wasn't a second of this show that wasn't super fun to watch. Though I'll have to say that the most unrealistic aspect of the show wasn't the vampire. No, it wasn't even having to fall in love to become a vampire. The most unrealistic aspect of the show was the zero light pollution. I mean, what the hell? This guy looks beautiful. This is absolutely not taking place in the middle of a metropolitan city. Screw you. Now, I have to come clean with you guys. I like My Hero Academia. Now, I know that the funny meme nowadays is to hate My Hero Academia, and to be fair, there were some legitimate grievances to be had with how Season 5 was handled. But Season 6 so far has been non-stop action. A long time coming, worthwhile payoff that we've all been waiting for. With some crazy fights, and even some major character deaths, I've so far been blown away with how well My Hero Season 6 has been going. More than once, I've been on the edge of my seat only to be teased by a cliffhanger, eagerly anticipating next week's episode. Something I feel I can't say I've felt about My Hero for a long time. So, if you're willing to sit through some of the weird pacing and adaptation issues of the 5th season, I 100% recommend catching up to watch Season 6. Now, I have to come clean with you guys. I like Rent-A-Girlfriend. Alright, now listen, the anime still has not caught up to whatever the hell is happening here, so I'm still on this ride, and honestly, say what you will about how terrible Kazuya is of a main character, but I'm here for the cute girls, damn it. If you despise the first season of Rent-A-Girlfriend, then you can very easily skip this season. But I think this season was well worth it for all the 4 Rent-A-Girlfriend fans still out there. We even got a lot of focus on some of the other girls like Ruka and Sumi that, let's be honest, are much better than the main girl Chizuru. Overall, Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 2 was a fun watch for me, and I'm praying for the day when Kazuya stops being a simp and goes for the girl that actually wants him. Uh-oh. Hey, hold on. Hey. Is he gonna get hit by that truck? Is this another isekai? Okay. I guess not. I would be a fool not to mention at least one isekai that came out in 2022. So why not talk about Uncle from Another World? A show about this boy's uncle who was hit by a truck and went into a coma for 17 years. All the while being in another world during this time until he finally wakes up in the year 2017. However, this uncle is able to keep all the powers and memories that he had from this other world. Though he's also able to erase any memories he deems too horrible to remember. Such as the decline of Sega. Isekai as an anime genre has become so oversaturated that even parodies about isekai that have some sort of weird quirk or gimmick are becoming overdone. But this anime is able to take this gimmick they have going for it and easily make one of the funniest anime to come out this year. A moment I found unintentionally hilarious was the uncle using his powers to create viral YouTube videos and making money off the ad revenue. But then comes the adpocalypse, and he can't make any more money off his videos until he meets the subscriber threshold. But pause for a moment. The adpocalypse started because of Logan Paul coming to Japan and filming a dead dude in a forest in 2018. And this scene takes place in 2018. So that means Logan Paul canonically exists in this show. I guess we should be thankful though. If the uncle didn't fall into his coma, I fear that his love for Sonic and Sega could have led to another thing being real in their world that I'd rather not go into. All in all, it was refreshing to see an isekai have a fun gimmick that didn't get old fast, and have plenty of well-done humor that had me audibly laugh out loud many times. But you know what's better than an isekai about an uncle from another world? An isekai about an ancient Chinese strategist named
诸葛亮
who died and was reincarnated into modern-day Japan and then uses his war strategies to help a girl become a pop star. We need to put a stop to all isekai to figure out what the hell is going on. In all seriousness though, a concept as crazy as this doesn't sound like it would ever work, but this show was surprisingly one of my favorite underdog anime of the year. It was incredibly entertaining to see how old military war strategies were implemented in ways to help the main character Aiko with her music career, and underneath all the funny, crazy shenanigans that were to be found in the show, there was genuinely a real sense of passion and heart that shone through. The opening was a banger as well. Sticking to the theme of cute girls playing music is Bocchi The Rock. If you ever wanted to see more socially anxious girls after never getting a second season of Watamote, here it is. Now with more guitar. Bocchi The Rock came completely out of left field for me. I had never even heard of the manga beforehand, but even as an anime only, the absolute passion that radiated through the animation of this anime was astounding. It can sometimes be a hit or a miss when it comes to Cloverworks, but I think they really nailed this adaptation down well. I mean, I can't help it. I like watching cute girls doing cute things. This is a cute girls doing cute things show. The girls are cute. Yeah, they're pretty cute. But can cute girls do more than play instruments and be in a band? What's the natural progression and evolution of a cute girl? Cute girls with power tools. In the anime Do-It-Yourself, we follow the story of a girl named Yua Serufu. Her name sounds like yourself, as in do it yourself. You get it. It's a standard slice of life anime about cute girls doing cute things, but I really enjoyed watching this one. The art style and laid-back, relaxing vibe of the show was just pleasant to watch, especially during the fall anime season when every other show was... Man, I could use more shows about cute girls doing cute things. Hey, what's this? Oh, here's some cute girls doing cute things. I will never watch anime again. Housing Complex C is an Adult Swim Toonami horror anime that follows the lives of the people living at Housing Complex C. The show is a short 4 episodes that aired throughout the spooky month of October, so it was a quick and easy watch. While it was cool to see Toonami airing more original anime, Housing Complex C was sadly not the best watch. I think my biggest gripe of the show came from the short runtime, as after 3 of the 4 episodes had aired, there were still many questions left unanswered. Until the 4th episode opened with the longest exposition dump I have ever seen in my life. I had to check to see if I didn't accidentally tune into the History Channel instead. While the anime was far from being perfect, there were some decently cool mysteries to be had, and the last part of the final episode was certainly a sight to behold. Okay, so that wasn't as cute as I would have liked it. Was there another show about cute girls doing cute things? Okay. Hey, here's a cute girl. What does she do? Oh, I hate anime. If any of you watched Made in Abyss Season 1, I can only imagine the cost for extensive therapy you had to go through. But for those strong-willed enough, you sat through one of the most interesting and fleshed out anime I have ever seen in my life. I think the world of Made in Abyss is easily the most interesting one I have ever seen in any anime ever. And the second season just builds upon the already amazing first season even more, with more mystery and adventure to be had. And of course, still plenty of horror. Though, just as a quick note, if you have watched the first season, be sure to watch the movie before heading into the second season, as it is a straight continuation from the first season, and the second won't make any sense if you don't watch it. Okay, enough with the death, enough with the body horror. Can I please just get a show about cute girls doing cute things? This is like the opposite of doing anything. This is like the absence of doing things. Komi Can't Communicate Season 2 was a delight to watch this year. Sometimes when I need to detox my brain from all the atrocities that I've witnessed from shows prior, I know I can rely on cute shows like this one. And she almost talked that time! For the most part, Komi Season 2 is more of the same cute shenanigans that Komi and her friends find themselves in on a day-to-day basis, and honestly, I'm here for it. Can't complain. And speaking of more cute girls was my dress-up darling, my e-girl cosplay girlfriend, the anime. This anime, like Komi, was another refreshing break from all the violence and bloodshed from anime previous, and just follows the daily lives of Gojo and Marine. Marine having an obsession with cosplay, but not having the skills to create any clothing, and Gojo, who does have the skills. While I wouldn't put my dress-up darling anywhere near the top of best anime this year for myself, I still found myself smiling watching the cute antics of this pair, as they not only struggle to create amazing cosplays, but their feelings for each other. Ooh la la! And having been animated by Cloverworks, the animation all around was just a treat to watch as well. It's honestly rare for an anime to stay good throughout its entire airing. Some shows have amazing starts and absolute piss poor endings, while others have perfect endings with less than stellar beginnings. So when Mob Psycho Season 3 started airing after an already perfect 2 seasons prior, a part of me worried if they were going to stick the landing. But really, I never should have been worried in the first place. While I did say earlier that CyberPunk Edgerunners was my favorite anime of this year, it honestly could very easily be Mob Psycho Season 3. With all the final plot points and loose ends neatly tied up with satisfying conclusions, with even more absolutely mesmerizing animation work done by Studio Bones, and a final episode that had me smiling dimple to dimple, I can easily say that Mob Psycho as a series was a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. With so many genuinely amazing life lessons to be learned throughout this series, and a cast of some of the most memorable and amazing characters I have had the pleasure to be introduced to, I don't think I'm going to forget about this absolute masterclass of an anime for a very long time to come. We are not talking about the kid going to another planet and having with the aliens. And that's that! I know that there are still an absolute slew of anime that came out in 2022 that I didn't get to in this video, and just didn't have the time to sit down and watch yet. Some like Akiba Maid War, where cute maids from maid cafes kill each other and fight in actual wars. Or the newest Bleach, because I still haven't watched Bleach yet. Or My Stepmom's Daughter is My Ex. Actually, I think I can go ahead and skip that one. If there were any anime that you think are worth mentioning that I didn't get to, then leave a comment below. Maybe I'll check it out. In the meantime, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos about anime and manga such as this one, along with some animations that I'll make as well. It was a great year, everyone, and I hope I'll see you bodacious Buccaneers in 2023. Till next time.